All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth, with Ben Jokes. 300 doctors exited Jigawa in 5 months over poor salaries. Nigerian Medical Association. Nigerian nurses, midwives give federal government 7-day strike notice. And this tweet here says the health sector is gone under the APC. That is the situation that we are faced with in Nigeria right now. I keep telling people, I say, whatever you are going through in Nigeria, try not to fall sick. Because if you have not been to any hospital, any public hospital in a while, you won't know what is happening in this country. Pray not to fall sick and not to visit any government hospital in Nigeria. You will marvel at the state of the health sector in this country. Doctors and nurses have deserted this country. They are being treated like slaves. The ones that are still here are being treated like slaves. The APC is after the lives of Nigerians. Soldiers who have sworn to defend the country with their lives can't even get good weapons to do so with pride. When they die, their widows are neglected, their benefits are embezzled, even their opponents get better treatment than them in the name of repentant Boko Haram. And you are telling me that Nigerians must not put their foot down and say no to the APC? You must be joking. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that big one coming from Northern Elder Statesman, sending a big warning to TINUBU that the country will descend into unimaginable chaos if the 2027 election is not transparent. Concurrently, that video from another elder statesman saying that Peter Obi might be on his way to joining the PDP began circulating, and Obedience rallied round and began to warn Peter Obi never to even attempt joining the PDP. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video.
Dr. Bati, we are in a country where citizens are groaning under the yoke of intense economic hardship and poverty that has grown up to unspeakable limits. As we speak, you have the statistics, you know. We have 133 million Nigerians living under what you call multidimensional poverty. You have, challenges, with the economy that economists have discussed on this platform severally. And you would have expected that a government of Nigeria, under the circumstance, will prioritize on the needs of the country, will make if you like, a SWOT analysis of our own requirements as a nation, economically address the issues of poverty, confront, the challenges in agriculture, education, maternal and infant mortality, and reducing the kind of suffering that, everyday people, are going through in the land. What we have, is a reckless attitude to borrowing that does not necessarily, you don't necessarily borrow to address the core issues of national development and progress, the issues of security, and you borrow just recklessly. Just recently, the government got approval from the National Assembly for 21 billion US dollars and another 300 million plus, euros and Chinese yen and whatever you have. Look, if you borrow, then you come to your own boardroom, and even before you borrow, you should be able to look at and gauge the pulse of the nation. What are the priorities that we have on the table today as Nigerians, as a country called Nigeria?
You heard that. Before you take loans as a nation, you are supposed to sit down and look at the problems of the nation. Which ones are we trying to address with these loans that we are about taking? Which ones? But for the past 2 years, Tinubu has been taking loans in this country, and we still have all our problems intact, none addressed. As a matter of fact, the problems are getting worse. And these are the issues. Nobody is saying you shouldn't take loans. But what have you done with these loans? And this country belongs to all of us. You can't say because you are the person sitting in Aso Rock, you will just take decisions anyhow. Some of those loans are to be paid over 10 years, some over 15 years. There was a particular one that they said the payment will start after 10 years. There is a 10-year moratorium. So the payment, the repayment of the loan starts after 10 years, and it is to be paid over 30 years. So you are taking decisions for children yet unborn, for generation, about 4 decades away. And you don't want to consider public perception. You are just doing things anyhow. Peter Obi has screamed and screamed and screamed. He said you are destroying the future of this country with these reckless loans that you are taking to embezzle. For God's sake, you guys already have the crude oil monies in your hands. Why can't you just take whatever you want to take from that? How can you destroy the future of this country with this incessant taking of loans? If Nigeria does not end the APC will end Nigeria. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that video from that elder statesman saying that Peter Obi might be on his way to joining the PDP, and obedience came down heavily, warning Peter Obi never to try to associate with the PDP. And next is that update from another northern elder statesman saying that the country may be pushed into serious turmoil if the 2027 election is not transparent. Let's start by taking that video from that elder statesman Ali Modu Sheriff saying that Peter Obi might be on his way to joining the PDP. See the video.
Is it not a good thing that there are a lot of presidential material in that party?
It's good.
And they have the best to pick from.
Who are they? There are about 3 or so that are looking for president. And see, Atiku has been a vice president of Nigeria. So for him, president or nothing. Peter Obi ran under Labour. His ambition is to become a president. For your information, the information available to me is that any moment from now, Peter Obi will go back to PDP and run as a presidential candidate under PDP.
You've heard that. Now, the rumors that PDP is doing all it can to get Peter Obi into the party keeps getting bigger and bigger. Peter Obi has made it clear repeatedly that he is in serious talks with the ADC, but he remains a member of the Labour Party. But we know that as it stands, it is not yet certain under which platform Peter Obi is going to run in 2027. But as I said before, and as I will say again, under no condition should Peter Obi return to this particular PDP that we are seeing now. This PDP that we are seeing now is APCB. Tinubu and Wike have taken over this PDP. His Excellency Peter Obi should never have anything to do with these people. I have said many times that even if Peter Obi were to adopt another political party today, in the next 4 to 5 months, that party will have more card-carrying members than the Labour Party, PDP, and the ADC put together. So we are not confused and we are not stranded to the point that we will now start going back to a PDP where Wike is reigning supreme, where card-carrying members are declaring for Tinubu in 2027. That should never happen. And Mercy here says, Peter Obi, may God Almighty never push you to PDP again, because they will disgrace you the second time. Some PDP members are serving in APC government, and they have made it clear that they are supporting APC in 2027. If you don't have a platform to contest on, please leave it. Mercy is saying he prefers that Obi does not run at all than running under PDP. And Shonekon says if he goes back to PDP, that is the best way to cage his career. That is what they are trying to do. And Zinga says if Obi goes to PDP, it is over for him politically. Dr. Kletu says it is crystal clear that His Excellency Peter Obi is the only threat to APC in 2027. Should ADC give him the ticket in 2027, PO will win the election. before 2 p.m. And that is why they are doing all they can to push him to a party that they have already conquered. And this tweet here says, Obi will never contest under PDP. You know that. That is the information reaching me this morning. Your informant has misinformed you. That is the fact. Obi will never run under PDP. So, Alimodu Sheriff, I know that the APC has sent you out to put out that fake information, but we can see through you. The PDP is APCB, and we, the Obedient family and Peter Obi, will never have anything to do with you. If you believe so much in the APC, get out there and give the nation a free and fair election, and watch if you will not be sent out of Aso Rock before 2 p.m. on election day. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from another elder statesman, Akim Baba Ahmed, began circulating. This update is short and simple, but it is a very powerful one, and I'm very excited by it because this is the direction that I want the opposition to begin to take their fight. Look at how the papers reported it. Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed has warned that anything short of a transparent electoral process can push the nation towards unprecedented turmoil. As discussions intensify around the integrity of the 2027 general elections, former political advisor to the vice president, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, has warned that anything short of a transparent electoral process can push the nation towards unprecedented turmoil. Baba Ahmed took to his verified X account yesterday to stress the urgent need for Nigeria's political leaders and the Independent National Electoral Commission to heed the growing concerns being raised about the credibility of the next general elections. Voices are being raised regarding integrity of the 2027 elections. Our leaders and INEC should listen. Anything short of the most transparent elections will produce neither winners nor losers. Rigging will risk plunging this country into its worst crisis. No one wants that, he wrote. Did you hear that? He said anything short of a transparent process will produce neither winner nor losers. That means the result will be null and void once the process is not transparent. What is that declaring? That is declaring a war. That is anarchy. That is chaos. Now, whether you see this as a warning, a counsel, or a threat, anyone goes for me. This is the direction I want the opposition to begin to go, because it is getting clearer and clearer that rigging is the only thing that the APC is depending on in 2027. Because if you look at the way that they are governing, they don't even care about the feelings of the people. They don't expect any vote from the people. They just depend solely on rigging. And Akim Baba Ahmed has started this course. I know that there are so many northern elders who are really, behind this. And he is just the mouthpiece. He is just the one starting this. They need to push this out. I remember the APC with Buhari and all of them saying that if Jonathan should rig the elections, they will make the country ungovernable. That was the kind of tension. Those were the kind of statements they made, threw into the polity to heat up the polity. This is what I want the opposition to also do, because this country belongs to all of us. And no matter how you ask for a free and fair election, a free and fair election is a constitutional right of every Nigerian. So the opposition should begin to champion this cause that nobody must rig the 2027 elections. And of course, whatever electoral reforms needs to be put in place to prevent that rigging, the discussion should start. This is how I want it to go. Talk tough on this issue of rigging. Let us not act as if this is not what the APC is planning to do. Let us be honest with ourselves. They have no other way out of what is happening now than rigging. So the opposition should begin to talk tough. If you rig, you risk turning the country into chaos. You risk starting a war in Nigeria if you rig. kind of language is the only language that the APC understand. And I am glad that the Northern Elders Forum has started, because Akim Baba Ahmed is one of the spokespersons of the Northern Elders Forum. Enough is enough in this country. You will not come into power, destroy people's lives, take loans that children that are yet unborn, the next 2 to 3 generations are the ones that are going to pay. You destroy the economy now. You destroy the economy that is to come, and we cannot even see anything, nothing to show for. And you expect people to just fold their arms like this? As I keep saying, 2027 is a very big year for Nigerians, because the APC must not exceed that year in this country. If they do, they will destroy this country beyond repair. They will destroy this country to the point that even 10 years of good leadership might not be able to fix it. Nigerians must come together this time around and say enough is enough. Unite to take their country back. But until then, make I still enter town, make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away.